So as much as they are focused on the academic side of the kids, on the helping them to progress on that side, they are focused on the mental health of the children as well. So they are trying to take care of the feelings of individual children.
I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private and independent schools to bring you insights into school programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administration. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
We started searching for schools when my son was 4 years old. Essentially, we were looking for a setting, a preschool kind of setting, which is in a school format environment. So we were looking at the schools who had junior kindergarten programs. So we are living in the northwest quadrant of the city. So essentially, we were looking for the private schools in that part of the city which offer a kind of that program. So we had the opportunity to talk to 3 of those schools at the time, which one of them was the River Valley School. And so the procedure was one of the schools that we talked about was very academic, rigorous academic, focused, which we didn't like that because we thought that it might be too much pressure for a 4-year-old kid. So they expected the kid to know certain things by this age. So we thought that this is too much pressure. And the other schools didn't have the programs that we expected that much. And then we had a tour of the virtual tour of the River Valley School at that time. And then we felt that this is the environment that we are looking for our kids. So which is laid back and takes it easy. At the same time, it has a very well academic procedure. So, but it lets kids to explore what they are good in, and helps them to foster this kind of things in their in themselves. So essentially nurture their talents. We thought that this is the best environment for our kids. So we essentially wanted to start at the junior kindergarten, but then the pandemic hit, and then my son has asthma, so we decided to keep him for 1 year before he starts the school. And then we started with them in kindergarten. So my son has been there last year, so for their kindergarten program. And then he's moving to grade 1 this year. So I think my son, because we started with the school the summer before he entered the kindergarten program. So essentially he started from summer camp there, and then he moved to the kindergarten program after that. So my son's experience with both summer camp and after that kindergarten was fabulous. He liked everyone out there. So he loved his teachers. He's the specialist that he was working with them. And we felt him really comfortable going to school. So he loved going to school. So he was waking up eager to go to school. So and that was what both myself and my husband was looking for. So we wanted him to be in an environment that instills him the love of the learning. So and then I think they did really good job in that case, because not even him, so because I have friends whose kids are going to school as well, and I see that eagerness in those kids for going to school, so to being in that environment. So because they have really good communication with the teachers and other specialists that they are working with. So and then they have the environment that they can show themselves. So I think it has been a really good experience for my son, because he came out of the pandemic and started the school. So he was in a small setting, daycare setting before starting the school. And then we were thinking that he's a little bit shy, so he hasn't had the environment to show himself. But then I'm looking at my son 1 year later, and I see a tiny, confident kid. So he's eager to present himself, tell about his ideas. And then I think they did a really good job to bring that out from my kid going out from a pandemic situation into a school environment. And with lots of ups and downs that we have in the schools over the pandemic, I think they did a perfect job, for the kids in that sense. I think what my son really we had conversations with him about the schools a lot. So because we wanted to make sure that he is in an environment that he enjoys, and so he feels comfortable in both academically and mentally, so he has the ability to show himself, to learn as much as possible from the programs that is being offered to him. And from what we talked with him over the past year, I think what he really likes is that he has enough opportunity to talk with his teachers, and they have enough time to spend for individual children. So essentially that low student to teacher ratio helps them a lot. So essentially in my son's class, they were 18 students, one teacher, one instructional aide. So they had enough time to spend with individual children to focus on individual children, to look at them individually and see how they can help them to be better at what they are doing. So I think my son he really liked that focus that he was getting from his teachers. And then looking back later at when we were talking with the teachers over the past year, so I was hearing the things from them that I myself as a parent should look very deeply in my child to see those. I think they spend really good amount of time on individual children to see what's the best for them. So what's the best way to help them to learn to get the most out of the classes that's being offered to them. So my son liked the kindness of his teachers, the amount of focus that he was getting from them, and the diversity of the programs that was offered to children. So essentially he had the opportunity to try music, so he had French class. So and then there were lots of physical activities being offered to them through the past year, even with the that pandemic situation that that's very hard to bring people from out of school into the school environment. So but he had the opportunity to try different kind of sports, Australian football, so roller skating. So he was really interested about that diversity that's been offered to him. So and then it made him more courageous to try different things. You know what I'm saying? So he was a little bit hesitant to try different things before, but now what we are seeing in him, so he's ready to try everything that's been offered to him, which is really good for him. So because he has the ability to try everything, see what he best at. So when I had a tour when we were, I actually had two tours of the school before we started the school. We had one tour before the time that we were considering the school for the junior kindergarten program, and we had one more tour when we were about to start the kindergarten program. What really made myself and my husband interested about the school was when we were talking about them, because we had interviews with other schools before, and so they had a certain expectations from the children. So to start that programs, they were really good schools academically, but then they had really a strict expectation from a 4 or 5 years old kid to start the school with them. So what we really liked, so when I asked the director of enrollments, when I was talking to him, that what do you expect from a kid starting at your school? He got back to me and said, it's our job to understand what's the best in your children, so how we can help them. So it's not only so we don't expect them to know specific amount of knowledge to start that. So it's for us to make sure that they are in an environment that they can learn the best and that they can get the best from. That made really myself and my husband interested. So and then when we started, so what I really liked about the school, and like so really like interacting with this school every day, is that so there is a really good sense of community between like so the teachers, the parents, like so the parents themselves, the parents and the administration of the school. So they are really open to hear from parents, so they ask about like so our opinions multiple times through the year. So they, even when they started like so to reestablish their core like so values for the next like so 5-6 years, they asked number of parents to come back and like so have interviews with the person like so the person who was supposed, the strategic planner who was working on that, and then he had a really good hearing about the parents expectations, what they want from school like so for the next 4 or 5 years, for example. So and then so I had that sense of community in all the parents who contributed to that like so talking. So I saw that like so we have the core values which are the same for all the families, so for almost majority of the families who are attending the school. And then the other thing that I really like, so I'm attending lots of volunteering opportunities in the school, and I see that there are lots of parents who are interested into giving back to school because they think that the school is doing really good job in case of the programming and like so scheduling the activities and everything. So and then they are willing to do their parts as well in being part of this community, giving back to this community. So essentially so and then the other thing that I really liked is something which is really important for me is, so as much as they are focused on the academic side of the kids, on the like some helping them to progress on that side, they are focused on the mental health of the children as well. So they are trying to take care of like so the feelings of individual children, so to see like so how they can approach like so those specific like so needs of the children, so and then focus on those ones, find like so different ways to help different children. So that's really like so made myself and my husband interested to be in this program, in this school, and then be part of it, like so to help them to like so do better in what they are doing these days. For us, it's really important that there are some schools that doing really academically well, but then they are having a filter for getting the kids, you know what I'm saying? So they are saying, okay, so I'm getting this child which like so his or her IQ is above this number, so or he or she knows about this much of the like so the like so literature or the math before he enters the school, he or she enters the school. The good thing about this like so this school and like so the staff and the teachers and the administration is that so they are, as much as they are focused on that side, they are like so accept, I'm not saying that like so everyone gets an admission, so they are giving admission to diverse children, you know what I'm saying? So we have students which are very talented, like so very genius, so they are doing the best, and we are students which needs more like which need more help to like so progress in what they are doing. They're accepting both kind of children, and you know what, that's the reality of the society that they are later entering in. So they need to interact with different kind of people, different kind of children, to later be able to interact with different kind of people. So and I think they are really doing good job in adjusting that needs of those children and keep them together at the same time. What I did, I wasn't like so seeing like so before I entered this two things, like so the sense of the community between the parents. So I wasn't expecting that, because like so then later after we entered the school, we understood like so there are lots of people with different kind of backgrounds, with different level of like so the busyness during the week. So like so as much less time as the possible so to spend with the school, but then all of these people are willing to communicate with each other and with the school, and like so giving back to school. So this is one thing that I I didn't see the importance in, but then when my son entered the school and I interacted with parents, I saw the importance in that. And like, so I saw that how we are communicating with each other about the kids and about like so ourselves. So it's essentially we have become some kind of like a family. So it's like everybody is important for everybody. They care about each other. So they try like so to keep everything together in the school. So and then the other thing that I like so didn't see the importance in, but like so I figured out it's really important after my son entered the school is that individual focus from the from teachers. So I thought that like so I have studied in another country, so it like so things were completely different. The instruction was completely different. So like so there was a teacher teaching the whole class, didn't spend times with the kids like so individually. But then when my son started there and I saw that individual like so attention from the teachers and the staff to like so individual children, I saw it really important, because at the end I thought that it's like so they help them to figure out what is the best way for them to process. So what is the best way for them to like so to learn as much as possible from things being offered to them. So yeah, I like those two things. And oh, the other thing that I really liked is the diversity of the families who are attending the schools. We have like so children which are coming from like so different ethnicities, different backgrounds, so with different levels of the like so talents and like so interests. So that has been really good and interesting, because at the end I'm thinking that's the society that kids are like so going forward will be interacting with later. So and then it's really nice to be that in that small community before like so you go to the society like that later. So that's been really good. I know that like so from the interactions that I have to the school and from the values that I have studied before, and like so before joining the school community, I know that they are climbing to be a relationship-based school, and they are truly a relationship-based schools. Like so they are trying to ask about the opinions of the parents, like so, and see what they're interested in, like so multiple times through the year in different occasions. So essentially they reach out to parents, they try to get their ideas about what they are trying to do, like so about what they are considering for children to do later. So that was really in that scenario. So I saw them that they are doing like so that's really good. So and then the other thing that I really liked, so they are claiming that they are creativity inspiring. So and then I've seen that like so in multiple scenarios with my own kids. So because to like so my son is not like so you sit him, teach him like, okay, this is 1 2 3, so you should know this is 1 2 3, or 1 + 2 = 3. So they are trying to like so show them differently, so how you can do something, so to inspire their creativity, or and then later ask them, so what's your idea for how you will solve this problem, and then try to guide them through that solution to reach to the point that's expected from them. So I've seen that core value to be practiced really well, so to try different like so instructional like so methods with different children, so to do lots of different activities that inspires the creativity in children, like so even like so for teaching them the initial robotics stuff, so they are trying to use like so storytelling scenarios for the kids to like so try that robotics stuff. So I've seen them trying that one really good, so practicing what their initial written values is really well. So I think I mentioned it like so briefly, but I can elaborate on that one as well. So over the past few years, as I mentioned, I have like so been involved in different like so volunteering opportunities. I have been the parents rep for my own son's class, and then I have like so had interactions with other parents as well. So I would say that we have parents and families with different like so professional backgrounds, so they are doing like so lots of different things. So we have the like so physicians, engineers, we have the businessmen and business women, really successful ones. So I can say that generally the families are well educated from different like so ethnicity and like so education background. So but the majority of families, both parents are working, and very successful in what they are doing. But like so what we like so the majority of us share is the importance of the kids being in a well-rounded environment, both academically and like so mentally, and then like so physically. We all want that for our children. So, and I think so I think that's the core values that all of us want like so from school to practice, and they are like so trying to do that in the best way as possible. We have very diverse families in the schools, but I can say majority of them are very successful in what they are doing. He is proud of, so he's proud of like so lots of learning lots of new skills that he has, like so he's very proud of his own math skills these days, because like so he had like so, he's trying to show off like so the math skills that he learned, so because he's very interested in math. So that's like so really what he's really proud of. But he is proud of, and we are proud of him a lot about in that sense as well. So for him to flourish as from a shy kid to a very well-established kid, which is like so willing to present himself, talking about this like so himself and his own ideas. So I think he is really proud of like so himself in that sense, and we are very proud of him. And like so we are very thankful of the teachers and like so the staff of the school for like so helping our son to reach to that point. So I think like so both socially and like so academically he has gained a lot through the past year. Like so they have done like a lot more than we expected actually. Okay, so maybe I should start from teachers. So my son has only been there for 1 year, so I can like so comment in one teacher, like so one instructional aide that my son had interaction with through the past year. But I've seen both of the teachers my son worked like so the homeroom teachers my son worked with, very well educated, interested in what they are doing, like so focused on children. So very creative in what they are doing. So essentially offering like so same thing to children in different like so ways. So I found them very well experienced teachers through the past year. So and I believe that like so from what I heard from other parents who I'm working with, so that like so the other teachers are more or less like that. So they are like so very interested and eager in what they are doing. They're very satisfied with their jobs. And like so with staff, so I have seen the management of the school really experienced like so in what they are doing. They have hired really good specialists in different kind of things, like so from like so the physical education coaches to like so language teachers to like so drama and like so the art teachers. So they're all really well at what they're doing, like so, and helping the children like so to explore different ways in that thing. So and then what I really like about the management of a school, I keep telling this thing to my husband. So when I'm dropping my son at school in the morning, so and then I've seen that the kids are going in, and then they are like so hearing from the like so the head of the school or from the principal of the school, oh, happy birthday. So they know specifically like so which kid will have a birthday today, or like, so what I really like them is like, so thinking about those kids as their own family, like, so the kids from their own families, so and then accepting them really, like, so really warmly. So and then I think, okay, so my son is in the right place, so they are like, so well, they are having a really good attention on like, so specific kids. They're like, so they're thinking about them individually, see what's the best in in them, like, so focus on individual children, and then like, so asking about their parents, like, so are they, like, so do you think if your kid is doing well in a school, so what do you think we can do better to help your children? So I think that's the point, that they are trying to establish a really good relationship with the parents. They are hearing from parents, and then they are trying to take advantage of what they have heard from the parents to help the children better. So I think that's really good sense of the community, like, so family, like warm environment for children to be in. The first thing that I think is really important about this school, and I have mentioned this too, like, so my friends who I like, so introduce the school to, so trying to connect them with the school. So it's a really inclusive environment. So they are trying to accept children with different, like, so talents, different interests, not focusing only on like, so specific, like, so type of children which are like, so really genius, or like, so we are very well established children. So I think that's one thing which is really important. So for me, it's not like, so you're not the best school of the area or like, so town if you like, so just give admission to the best children in the city. So it's better, like, so to have, it's more important to get like, so children with different kind of the interest, different talents, different like, so abilities, and like, so get the most out of them. So help them to be better at what they are doing and what they are, so in the best way of the possible. So I think that's the most important thing. So they are trying to include like, so the majority of the children with different types, like, so of the interest and like, so the abilities in the school. This is the first thing. The second thing, they are, so essentially, I think when a parent invests in like, so his or her kid being in a private school, but you expect this from a school to be really academically a strong school. So you expect them like, so to teach like, so your children in the best way of the possible, and like, so try to help them to be best at, like, so academically. And then I think they are doing that really well. So they are like, so focusing on like, so individual children, trying to see what's the best way, like, so moving with individual students at their own pace. So and then trying to help them like, so them like, so individually. So that's really important. So I think they're doing really good in that scenario. So we are very very happy with the like, so with their instructional activities through the year. And then the other thing is that what I really like about the school is the diversity of the things which is offered to children. So from art to drama to French language to like, so different kind of physical activities. I think they are really good at like, so bringing those stuff together. Like, so for like, so little children, as little of like, so from kindergarten, junior kindergarten up to the grade 6, they are doing really good, like, so in that scenario. So and then they are trying to raise like, so really confident children in what like, so they are trying. So encouraging them at the same time showing them like, so what they can do better. So I think that's really important. Yeah, that's those 3 points, like, so being an inclusive environment, like, so doing really well academically, and then like, so the diversity of the things that's been offered to children. So that's really good. So what, not even at the school. So even like, so looking at the childcare. So from early age, when they are like, so 1-year-old, 2-year-old, my best advice for children looking for childcare school for their children is spend as much as time that you think is needed to talk with different schools. Like, so I think the COVID is almost over. So you have the opportunity to go and see the schools. So at the time that I was exploring different schools, I didn't have the opportunity to go and see the schools. Try to be in the environment and look at that from your children's point of view. So does my son or daughter belongs to this environment? So that's the most important thing. And then if you are looking at the different options, don't focus on the academic side of the schools that much. So try to see, that's one important factor for sure. So you cannot ignore that one. So, but try to see how the school is doing beside that. What's the typical program in the school in addition to the academic side of the school? So what are your children will be able to try through the year? So how important is the mental well-being and mental health of children to them? So how will they focused on individual kids? So how they spend time with individual things to bring the best out of them. So I think that's the most important thing. So try to do as much research as possible. So, but then try to have core values for yourself and stick to those. So do not focus on the academic side of schools that much. Try to see how they are doing with individual kids, how the kids are liking to be in that school. So are they enjoying, do they enjoy going to school? Because they are really good schools that children are bored or tired are going to school. So I think that's not the point. So you should make sure that every day when your kid wakes up, so they really want to go to school. So that's the part of them. So I think, do the research as much as possible and see if the schools fit your core values that you have for your own children or not.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.